I have absolutely no idea if this is going to work. It has been so long since I went live. It's been 5 months. So we are going to see. I cannot. Oh my goodness, you guys. I cannot get my iPad to work. So we will see if I can make this work. And if you are here, please say hi. Okay, I don't want that. Right now I can't even see comments, you guys. What is that? Nope, I don't. Oh my goodness. I have no idea if this is going to work. Hello, Roxanne. Hello, Rebecca. Well, I can see that part. Okay, it came up on my iPad now. It's not going to let me. My iPad is so old that it had, it's set to, like, it doesn't delete them, but it gets rid of the apps if you haven't used them in a while. And so it got rid of the YouTube app, and it will not let me sign back into the app. It says that my iPad is too old to run YouTube now. So I went through Safari and had to reset passwords and everything. It was crazy. And now it won't let me chat because I'm not in the app. Oh my goodness, you guys. So I'm not going to be able to put prices in or anything because it's not letting me. And they have completely changed StreamYard since the last time that I used it. Roxanne, go wash your hands. I didn't know you had to be in the app in order to comment. Because see, I've got myself up on the screen, but it's not. That's not doing me any good at all. I don't have any down here. The price is going to be $5. I guess I'm going to need somebody to do a stop. So if anybody wants to just type stop in for me, because I'm going to start everything at $5. It is mostly Christmas. I do have a couple of Halloween pieces and maybe one Easter piece. But you guys, I made it through all of my my holiday, which was like 8 totes and then like 2 of those special ones for ornaments. What is it? Oh, it lets me do it up here. Does it pause it for you guys while I'm doing this? Okay, how do I... Oh. Yeah, Roxanne, that would be great if you can do the stops. I don't know if anybody will show up since this was a pop-up. I see there's 6 of you in here. I appreciate each and every one of you. And we're just going to jump right into it. And if other people come in, we'll see how far I get, because I have some stuff on the table, and then I have half full tote and 2 full totes. So, and the dogs are losing their minds. Every little noise up there because mom and dad are at church. So, hi, Tammy. If you guys have questions for me, if my intro video and my little update video didn't answer any of your questions, I am more than happy to answer questions. Look, I even pulled out a Christmas t-shirt, even though it's almost 90 degrees here today, and I got out of the pool to come in here. The pool was like 88 degrees when I was in it, so it's not like it was much cooler being in the pool. Thank you, Roxanne. Okay, first up, now I do have a mix of vintage and contemporary Christmas. So, and believe it or not, you guys, I probably put twice as much Christmas out in the garage sale stuff. And I've got a box sitting there of Christmas for my niece, and I've got a complete tote sitting there for my daughter. I just had so much Christmas. But first up, we have this metal deer. This is contemporary. I've probably bought them in the last 7, 8 years. He is almost 9 inches tall. He's a skinny guy. And he is hollow, so he's not like super heavy. But $5 start. And if you are interested, you can just put in $5 and we'll go from there. Hi, you're supposed to be upstairs. Hi, what are you doing? One of the dogs has come downstairs. It is so, StreamYard's so different from the last time I used it, which literally was 5 months ago. All right, we are going to move on to the next item, which is this really pretty, I think it's plastic though. This is current tacky plastic, not old tacky plastic. $5 start. Hi, Kraken. And this one is just 5 inches long. Little mistletoe with a crystal. But the crystal is plastic. We originally weren't going to get anything out of the storage unit until tomorrow, because the garage sale is Friday and Saturday, and it is supposed to rain all day tomorrow. All day. So we went over and got anything that wasn't in a plastic tote today. And then tomorrow we'll go over and get everything that's in plastic totes. There isn't really a lot of room in my parents' garage. So, all right, we are going to move on from that one. I have, everything's got glitter on it, you guys. Yeah, Kraken, this is the first time in 5 months. And it used to show several comments. Now it only shows the comment that just came in. So I'm not seeing comments before. All right, this is a Made in the USA mug. So a little bit vintage here. It's the size. And it says USA on the bottom. Thank you guys for coming in and hanging out with me. Kraken, did you already have your Halloween sale coming up with Bridget? I don't want to miss that sale. And if you're watching this on July 31st, because this is the 30th, if you're rewatching and there's something you're interested in, email me. But after that, it is all going into the garage sale on Friday, August 1st. No, I have one more pre-recorded that goes up tomorrow. That is my swan sale. But this is my last live sale. Let's hope. Oh, so tired, you guys. Getting 2 sales ready at once. I have everything pulled that everybody has already claimed. So Monday next week, I will be able to start boxing up and getting you guys invoices for everything. Okay. We have got a Santa. And I know that 20 years means it's vintage, so I might have had this 20 years. But he's not like super vintage. And he is, let's see, we are looking at 16 inches on this guy. $5 start on everything if you missed that. And he does stand on his own. I had him standing here. You could see his little face. And he's got, has he got all of his fingers? Yeah. And all of his thumbs. He survived all 3 of my children. Pretty amazing. $5 starts on everything. I'm going to try to run through it kind of quickly. Now, there was a popular, I don't know, artist designer that made these. This is a knockoff. This is not one of those because it's unmarked. But he is a fairy Santa. Here's his wings. And he's got his pointy shoes with the bells on. And he's got his pointy ears because he is a fairy Santa. $5 start on everything. And this guy is 18 inches tall. 18 inches tall on the first Fairy Santa. I have 2 Fairy Santas. Thought about waiting until tomorrow to do the sale once I got through all the Christmas and knew that I had enough to bring to a sale. But with it raining all day, I'm just not sure how I'm going to be feeling. Okay, we're moving on to the second Fairy Santa. And this one has a different base. Made in China. Again, these were knockoffs of the artist that did these. So his wings look like this. And he is missing a finger. This one's missing a finger right there. And he has pointy ears too. This one is 18 inches as well. They are the same height. Oh, we're going to move him down there. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay. We have a snowman nutcracker. It's very, very glittery. I got him for $15 in 2010. And he is like 15¼ inches tall. $5 on the snowman nutcracker. And he's only 15 years old. My mom had this entire huge collection of nutcrackers. And then when she moved, she started to get rid of them. All right, got an angel tree topper. She just got the plastic. I've got some bags under because I had her standing. Oh, good. I didn't miss it. Thank you, Kraken. The angel is 11½ inches tall. $5 start on everything. We're going to move on to a Santa tree topper. And here's his plastic. There's his face, covered up by his beard. And he is 12 inches tall. $5 start. Oh, goodness. I have one more angel tree topper. And this one, made in Taiwan. So this one's a bit older. And I don't know, this feels like paper that then was I don't know, made to, it's stiff, but like still paper. Here is her face and her wings, which stick out very far. The wings were screwed in. But she's stiff enough I didn't have to have anything in her to make her stand up. She is smaller, though. So we are looking at 8 inches. 8 inches. Start of $5. Ah, sorry, bumped you guys. My parents have the basement set up. Oh, very cool, as a game room. So my dad's Coke stuff that he kept, he did get rid of a little bit of it. It wouldn't have all fit in here. But they've got it all set up in here, really cool. They've got my retro fridge and my retro microwave down here. There was a bar that was already here when they bought the house. There's a pool table. So it makes a super nice game room for when the family's over. Of course, this summer, anytime the family's over, we are in the pool. All right, we've got made in China again. But this Father Christmas with these barely colored bits. So it's cream, and then you've got slight pink there on the deer, slight blue here on the present and on his shoes, and then slight green here on his gloves. There's a lot of detail on this one. Here's the size. So we are looking at 8 inches for the ceramic Father Christmas. We are going to keep moving. So I remember a few years ago, everyone was trying to get these. And I don't know if anybody is still interested, but they were the Target deer. I remember Michael from Cult of Vintage was like buying them up at his Target and then reselling them to people who didn't have them at their Targets. I'm going to sell them separately. So here is the pink one. And she only stands 5.5 inches to her ear. And lengthwise, we are looking at 5.5 inches. So she's 5.5 by 5.5. And I believe these are like really heavy resin. Oh, Tammy's in at 5 for the pink deer. I cannot remember which year Target, maybe they did them a couple years in a row, but I got them the first year they had them. Like, I was there stalking my Target for these. But I have no room. What I did keep was my pencil Santas because I kept most of my uranium glass. I did get rid of a few pieces when I moved, but I can put the pencil Santas in between the uranium glass and then just put them away at the end of the season and not have to worry about it. All right, I just see Tammy. So I'm just going to do a 5 countdown, and then Roxanne's going to put in stop. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. All right, I see Roxy and stop. Let me just double check. Yep, just Tammy. Got it right down. Pink deer. Hi, Bridget. Next up is the blue turquoisey one. And this one's crouched down a little, so the blue one does sit up a little higher. Everything is a $5 start. So this one stands like 6 1/4, 5 inches wide. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay. If you're just coming in, these were the deer that Target had a few years ago, and they kept selling out and everybody wanted one. Bridget, I'm excited for you guys' sale next month. And like I said before, if you are watching this on July 31st, send me an email if there's something that you would like to claim. But if you're watching it August 1st, if you do a rewatch on August 1st, all of this went out to the garage sale on Friday morning, August 1st. We've had a heat wave here in Ohio, but we are supposed to have 75 degrees with sunshine both Friday and Saturday. No rain and not 80 or 88 degrees. So super excited about that. It looks like I picked the two most perfect days for a garage sale. Oh, Bridget's in at 5. And if you did not see my I Quit video, I have been doing static sales for the last 10 days to get rid of everything, and I will not be reselling. I'm hoping that I have some ideas about videos or even going live and hanging out with you guys. We're just going to see how my health is once I get through the summer and finish getting rid of, 90% of what I own. All right, I'm going to count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. And I am struggling this evening because my iPad is too old and I can no longer open YouTube on it. All right, that one is going to Bridget for $5. Thank you, Bridget. Next up, I have a silver plated deer with a bowl. So it's kind of cool. It's unmarked. Of course, it's got tinsel in it. It's unmarked, and in my storage unit, it got very tarnished. So it absolutely needs a good clean. I never got the old price sticker off of it. It is 6.5 inches, almost 7 inches tall, and just over 4 inches wide. So $5 start on the silver plated deer. He's very stylistic. My favorite part was his antlers. And he's a nut bowl. We've got Roxanne in at 5. I talked about it in my, hi Marcy, talked about it in my I Quit video. But, you know, in 2020, my oldest already lived on his own. He'd been on his own for a while. My middle had come back from her freshman year of college. And my youngest was just graduating from high school. And when it became obvious they weren't going to reopen high school, we went ahead and moved to save money. And because, you know, everything was messed up with people who were self-employed, and we were not getting any unemployment at that moment. So we moved out of our 3-bedroom house that had a basement, had a huge yard. We moved into the 2-bedroom apartment, and my daughter was just sleeping in the living room because she wasn't sure what she wanted to do. She knew she wasn't going back to college. And then both my kids went ahead and moved out. And all right, this one's still at 5. I'm going to count this down. And Roxanne, you can put in your own stop when you hear. I trust you. Put in your own stop. When you hear stop. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. So when we moved into the 2-bedroom apartment, we downsized, and then both the kids moved out, took their stuff with them, and then all right, Roxanne's gonna be picking that one up. Thank you, Roxanne. Then, you know, I moved into my parents', but I moved into that addition they had that used to be a garage. They turned into a huge family room. So I still had space in there, but I downsized again. And then when they sold the house and I moved in with my sister in her 2-bedroom apartment, I downsized again. And now that it's been 5 years that I've been downsizing, I've gotten rid of at least 90% of everything that I own, which is just crazy. Okay, Christmas mug. This is an oversized one. And it is the Holiday Home. It's a big one. Start at $5, but I'm probably going to move through these mugs pretty quickly. What's crazy is the Lincoln Highway Byway sales are next week, and my niece had already taken time off to go to them, so I'm going to go to sales next week. Hope I don't find anything too fabulous since I'm not doing sales anymore and I don't have room in my room. All right, we're going to move on from the oversized ho, ho, ho mug. We have a soup mug with the deer on it. And it has this fancy, like, microwavable lid. I've never actually used the lid. Soup mug with the deer. We're going to move on from that one. I have one more mug sitting near me. It's a sea mug. Again with the oversized. Another Holiday Home. I think the Holiday Home might be the brand that my local Kroger carries when they put their Christmas stuff out every year. All right, moving on from the sea mug. These are kind of cool. It's a little set of Christmas bowls that nest together. This is the biggest one. Next size down, and then the smallest one. They are unmarked. They are modern. Gotten them sometime in the last 20 years. $5 start on everything. So a set of 3 nesting like snack bowls. Popcorn, ice cream, nuts. Unless your priorities are different. This one might be your ice cream bowl. I don't judge. All right, I'm going to put those down as well. I'm going to move this basket over here. Let me see what is in. Oh, I have some vintage items in here. All right. Now, this does have some holes, some small holes. This is an oval, not round tablecloth, but an oval. Hey, Delbert. Good to see you. Everything is a $5 start tonight. I have some vintage. I have some modern. So, vintage tablecloth. My grandmother had this before I was born. It went on her table every single year. I have had it for years, but it's oval. It is, I see Roxanne in at 5. Does it still let you highlight comments? Huh, cool. But see, it's oval. It is not round. I used to play with this fringe as a kid. And I don't know what size that is. My arm span, so what, 5 feet? And I did check with my mom, and no one in the family likes vintage Christmas like I do. That's how I ended up with like all of it. And my mom's style is like gold and soft white lights. And my grandma's style was bright, 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 red and green. All right. Do I have to take that back off? Let's see. I'm going to start the countdown because I just see Roxanne in for that. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, there's Tammy. And stop. Tammy's going to pick that one up for $6. Thank you, Tammy. And Tammy, do I have all of your information? Ooh, itchy nose. Okay. This is set when I plugged it in yesterday did not work anymore. But when I used it last Christmas, okay, thank you, Tammy. When I used it last Christmas, did you send me, did you purchase something from my static sales? Because thank you everybody who's purchased from my static sales for updating your information if you've moved and sending me your information right away if I didn't already have it. I appreciate you guys. That is going to make next week go so much smoother. I've not had a single person that didn't send me the info. I appreciate it. Anyway, the last Christmas I had them plugged in, they worked, and then yesterday I plugged them in and they did not. So I don't know why they weren't working. And maybe someone would know how to make them work or just likes them because they're pretty. This is what the box, just the box alone is so cool and vintage. Bridget's in at 5. And I got these from another reseller and then I used them. So you've got yellow, red, pink, white, more yellow, 1 green, 1 blue. So 2 of every color except for the green and the blue. I guess they felt those weren't Christmassy enough. Let's see if I can untangle them and show you how long they are. So back to my, downsizing like I have over the last 5 years. Guys, if I had to downsize again, I'll be living in a tent. Oh, so this is a nice size strand. So a couple Christmases ago, I had them on those bookcases that were right behind me. I don't know if you guys remember those. But they worked then. But when I plugged them in yesterday, it did not work. Sadly. These have a year on them. Made in Taiwan, Republic of China. But no year. All right, we are going to count them down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. And there is Roxanne's stock. So I believe Bridget will be taking those for $5. Awesome. I think I bought these. Did I buy them from Kathy? But I did buy them from another reseller to use, which I did. All right. Bridget, $5. Okay, I have a very tacky plastic mistletoe. This one is older. Starts at 5. And this is it's kind of a big one. It is missing some of the flowers. It's missing some of the berries. But I remember my grandma hanging this one when I was little. Tacky plastic mistletoe. And we are going to move right along if nobody's interested. Hi, Kathy. This is a little brass tree. You put this one down and this one. If your hands work right. And then you can display it. Comes in this very cool packaging. So it says hand polished brass made in Germany. It has German on it, but it also says Merry Christmas. Everything is a $5 start if you are just coming in. The packaging must have had a price sticker here at one point. This is another item that I bought off of another reseller and then used. I just thought it was super cool. It's just this very thin brass. You put it together, it makes the tree. Now I've got to figure out how to put it back together, because it makes a little envelope for it. Maybe. There. And we are going to move on. All right, this is modern. And remember, my mom's style is soft whites, golds. It is not in any way loud, in your face Santa Claus butter dish. Now, I would imagine that this probably came from TJ Maxx, Target. I don't know. Let's see on the back. Global Design Connections. Microwave safe, dishwasher safe. But I never even took the tag off of it. I got it as a gift. And it is not my mom's style, so it has to go. It's my style, though. He's in a red car. $5 start on everything, even if it's brand spanking new. And we are going to quickly move on. I like my butter too, Delbert. I have a spoon rest. This is Sleigh Bell Bistro. Could have been a TJ Maxx as well. Could have been a Target. My latest Christmas themes had been red and white. And I've always collected Santa Clauses and Father Christmases. So spoon rest. $5 start. Hi, Leanne. And thank you, Kathy. All right, we are going to move on from the Santa Claus spoon rest. All right, hang on 1 second. Have to see I've got more coffee mugs, but I want to see what's in these other totes as well. So I have 2 more totes over here. All right, I have some vintage glassware, you guys. Don't know if anybody's interested in glassware. Ow. Okay, I'm back. First, I have one more mug to show you. The rest are modern, but I do have this one. I know, Kathy, right? Surprise, more mugs. This one is a Japan. You can see the Japan there. And so it is tiny. Well, not tiny, because I've had the little ones before. But, you know, the mugs were smaller back then. Here's his inside. And I see we've got Roxanne in at 5 for the vintage Santa mug with the gorgeous eyebrows. We've got Bridget in at 10. He does have a little wear on his cold paint right here, but he has a surprising amount of his cold paint. I would say a little wear on his cold paint here too. All right, we've got Bridget in at 10. And I think I'm gonna move on, you guys. So I'm gonna count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. There's Roxanne. Stop. Going to Bridget for 10. Thank you, Bridget. Okay, next up are these. 2 of them are exactly the same. These are Coca-Cola coasters. I'm pretty sure I had these before I had kids, which technically would make them vintage. All right, we are going to move on from the Coca-Cola coasters. If you are watching on the replay and you're interested in something, make sure you give me a really good description, since I did this pop-up and did it on the fly. Don't have cards and I didn't have assigned identifiers or anything. Okay, I do have a giveaway. So this giveaway is open to anybody that has purchased anything from me from my static sales the last 9 days and from this sale tonight. So if you have purchased anything from any of my static sales in the last 9 days, or you have purchased an item tonight, you are eligible to claim this. This was handmade by Helen, New England Thrifter. She gifted it to me, and because of my space limitations, I would like to gift it to one of you. So all you have to put in the chat after I show it to you is Helen. And the first person to put in Helen, I will just include it in your box. She made this for me, and it's a 5x7 frame, I believe. So if you would like me to send this with your box and you've already made a purchase, you can put in Helen. And I am seeing Bridget. Awesome. I love it. I have put it out every single year since she sent it to me. Roxanne, can you verify that was Bridget that was first? And because I don't have space anymore, I am thrilled to gift it to one of you. We're going to write down Helen's art. All right. Bridget won that one. Okay, I have a bit more tacky plastic. This one is a garland. So it is, ooh, this long. And every year I put this on my piano. So how long is that? Probably. Let's see. Like, is that 8 feet? I do not know, Kraken, because I've been so busy with my health being bad and trying to sort through everything that I have not been on here watching anybody's sales or videos. Oh, good. She just started again. Yeah, I saw Michelle Comfy Cozy Living. I had not realized she'd not done sales for a couple of months. She did an update. Okay, Kraken's in. $5 on the tacky plastic. My oldest son bought his first house, and he has my piano. And he does not do fun Christmas like I do. Oh, she retired, Kathy. I didn't think she'd ever retire. All right, we've got $5 bid on this plastic garland, and we are going to start the countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. Yeah, nursing is a lot of work. All right, Kraken is going to take that for $5, I believe. We double check. Yes. All right. We have a teeny little bit of Halloween. First up, this is not vintage, but it is fun. So $5 start. And it is a fake bottle. And It was originally $17.99, but we're not going to talk about what it was originally. And it's that Holiday Home again. I'm pretty sure that Holiday Home is what my local Kroger. It doesn't open. It's all one piece, like that resin stuff. Hi, Chris. Making sure I didn't miss anything. So $5. It's that size. Fun little Halloween item for you there. And we are going to move on. You guys, I am sitting on an ice pack. It is so stinking hot in Ohio. Just stinking hot. Okay. Let me get to... Let's see. Okay, have a tiny lot of... Oh, it came off my tacky plastic. Make sure we don't lose that. So these 3 items go together. And we're going to start them at $5. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Yes. So much rain. If it's not 100% humidity and 89, 90 degrees here, it is also raining while it's 100% humidity and 89, 90 degrees. This summer's been so rainy. Okay. I will show you each thing individually, but we are bidding on this lot of 3. And it is going to be startup price of $5. So first off, we have the biggest piece, which the bottom says these patent number DES, then it's got a patent number US. So to me, that makes me think it's older. But it does have some wear in the bottom. I don't know if it had a candle in it or if it sat outside. I don't know. But get this little bucket. And there's the bottom where it says patent number. And then we've got this little one. Made in Taiwan. So probably 1980s on this one. And then have this little ghosty. And I have no idea on the little ghosty, but it is adorable. The dogs are probably going to lose their mind pretty soon because my parents should be on their way home from church. So the ghosty, the 2 jack-o'-lanterns, $5. I see Lemmy in. Hi, Lemmy. Lemmy in at $5 for those. Who else is on Wednesday evening since it's been so long since I've watched sales? I just didn't even know. I got out of the pool and I thought, you know what? I have enough energy to do a little sale. And here we are. All right, we are going to count this down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. Two jack-o'-lanterns and a ghost. All right, Lemmy is going to take those 4 or 5. Thank you. And everything I'm selling tonight will combine with everything from my other sales if you purchase items from those sales. And I will be invoicing for everything next week. Because today is Wednesday. Tomorrow I'm getting my garage sale ready. Friday and Saturday is the garage sale. And Oh, cool, Kathy. And then I'll probably rest a little on Sunday. And then Monday, yes, I do. Let me. On Monday, I will start invoicing. I will not finish invoicing on Monday, but I will start invoicing on Monday. Kathy, $5 on the poison bottle. Move that back over here. I believe I have one more Halloween related piece. Ooh, it's unmarked. This was a gift from a friend who said it matched my decor more than it matched hers. So I have absolutely no idea what company made this, but it is this very cool black and white pumpkin. You put batteries in here and it lights up. It's this size, so it's a good size. It does have a little wear and tear on it because it has sat in a living room through her kids and my kids. 8 inches across, and we're looking at, like, with the stem 7 inches high. So 8 by 7. And it did work last time I had batteries in it. The batteries are not in here. I do not store these kinds of items with batteries. So it should work just fine if you're interested. $5 start. Oh, I see Kraken at $5. When we got into the storage unit today, there were a couple things that had some damage that I had not realized had gotten damaged. So when we brought everything back, we put a desk out there, a small bookcase, and then a folding table. I had not even gotten a free sign onto them yet, and the folding table and the small bookcase were gone. I don't think anybody's going to take that desk. That desk weighs a ton. It is the desk that I had in my office when I was a massage therapist, and it is massive. It has 9 drawers. The center drawer, this guy had handmade it for his wife as a sewing table. The center drawer is deep enough to hold her entire sewing machine. So it's crazy big. It's crazy heavy. It's got damage now. So probably no one's going to take it. All right, we're going to count this down. Man, I've missed you guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. And if you're watching on the replay and you want an item I showed, and it is not August 1st yet, you can email me. But August 1st, all of this will be going out into the garage sale. All right, there is Roxanne. Stop. Oh, thank you, Roxanne. And that's going to go to Kraken. For $5. Okay. I was trying to put everything on my little cart here. Everything that I sold, so I wouldn't have things mixed together and have to sort them later. But I'm starting to run out of room on my cart. All right, I think I have just one Easter item. I have no idea on the age. Where is the other part? Oh, there it is. Okay. So it's just a little bunny trinket, clear glass trinket. Start at $5. It's this size. I can tell you how tall. Okay, we are looking at 6 inches. So a little clear glass funny trinket dish. I don't think it's super old. I don't even remember where I got it. I have no idea. I do think that was my only Easter item. Okay, we are gonna keep moving on. All right, we are back to Christmas, and first up is this. Oh, thanks, Kraken. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Bridget, I almost text you. That is too funny. What brand is this? Hang on. This is Kensington, and it has this gorgeous deer. Now, I don't know if this was specifically Christmas. I displayed it every Christmas, but my mom's got one of these Kensington metal plates. Is it aluminum? I don't know. But she's got one that's got a chicken on it. So I don't know that this was specifically Christmas, but I had it out with my Christmas stuff. It's the size $5 start, and we're looking at 10 inches. 10 inches. And this design is etched into the metal. And we are going to move on if there's no interest. Next up, I have, this is modern. Pretty sure it came from Target. It's a joy plate, but inside vintage ornaments, which is why I got it. Also loved the colors, obviously. It's the size. $5 start on everything. 8 1/4 inches. On the joy plate. And we are moving on. Okay. I have 4 of these. And they are unmarked. Don't think that says Libby on the bottom, or says L. I don't see an L on the bottom. But these are vintage. The red has faded over time. Here's the top. They're this size. I very carefully hand washed these when I first got them and then never washed them again. I didn't want it to fade anymore. They're 5 inches tall. No chips, no cracks, and there are 4 of these. With a $5 start for all 4. And I'm going to move on from those if there's no interest. I also have 3 of these. And I kind of thinking these are Libby. Oh no, those don't have an L either. So I have 3 of these with the Christmas tree. And they are same exact height. The first ones were the candy canes. Those were the Christmas trees. So candy cane, there were 4. Christmas trees, there were 3. And then I have 4 of these. I loved the Moon Santa. These are the shorter ones. They might be more than 20 years old. I don't know. But they're not like 1950 vintage. These are 4 inches tall. And there are 4 of those. And then these, I think I just have 2 of these left. These are Libby. And I'm pretty sure I had a whole set before I had kids, and now I just have 2 left. And they're also 4 inches. They're the same size as the other ones. So if anybody's interested in any of the Christmas glasses. And then I do have, I think I have 10 of these. And I had these before I had kids. So technically vintage. They're the water goblets. They're this size. And they are like 7 1/8 inch tall. Are these Libby? I don't even know. But that's what these look like. They're a set of 10. And then last on the glasses, I have 2 of these as well. It's a $5 start on any of the sets of glasses. So 2 of these Santa ones. Santa on ice skates with a black bag. These are not signed, but they do look very much like another popular set of glasses. So I don't know if they were a knockoff, but they're unsigned. And they are 4 1/4 tall. So 2 of those at a $5 start. Okay, that was all of the glasses. I'm just checking. What? Oh, I had one more Halloween item. And I know this is vintage because I owned it before I had kids. So it's over 20 years old. It is the Skull votive candle holder. And this is a heavy chunk of glass. It's very chunky. And I do see some wax in there. I honestly thought my oldest son had taken this with him when he moved out, but apparently not. So, $5 start, and it is like 4 1/2 inches long. It stands 3 1/4 inches tall. I see Kathy in at $5. He's very cool if you drop a tea light in there and it flickers. But I had votives in it because, you know, more than 20 years ago, we didn't have tea lights. You had votives. So it does still have wax in the bottom. Oh, I had Kraken in first at 5. So Kathy, do you want to do 6? StreamYard. Okay, Kathy's in at 6. It is so weird trying to use StreamYard when I haven't been on it in 5 months, and they've got all these new things that keep popping up, and they want me to try this and beta test that and sign up for something else for free for a month. I don't want to do it. Got Kraken at 7. I don't want to do any of that. I just wanted to have, all right, and Kathy's out. Just wanted to have a little live. That's all I wanted to do. And StreamYard's just being crazy. All right, I'm going to count it down. Kraken is in at 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. Did we lose Roxanne? There's Roxanne. All right, so Kraken is taking home the skull for $7. Okay. All right, let me double check and make sure. I had these glasses cushioned with some tea towels, so I just want to make sure there wasn't anything else crazy in there. All right, I have a little apron that appears to be brand new. It's got Marie on it. One of my grandmother's names is Marie. So she was probably gifted it and then just stuck it in a drawer because that was what she did with things. So a little apron that says Marie. I think it looks like a child's apron. Like, it's little. It's $5. Just wanted to show you guys that because it was kind of cool. I think that is everything in that. Just back in there. Oh, I do have. Make sure I didn't miss anything, you guys. I have this decorative shower curtain. $5 start. It's a black cat with a Santa hat. And when I suggested that we use it in the bathroom, my mom wasn't keen on the idea. So, decorative shower curtain. Here is, let me get to the bottom of the shower curtain. Here's what the bottom looks like. Got the cat, and then it's got some swirly bits up the side. And it's got a present, a red present over here. We changed the shower curtain out for Halloween, and then we would turn around and change it out again for Christmas. And my family thought we were crazy, but it's just fun. I don't know. Tried to have a lot of fun with my kids when they were growing up. All right, you're going to set the Christmas shower curtain to the side. If you're watching on the replay, and it's not the 1st of August yet, it's probably still available. Okay, hang on a second. I have to move this tote. Without breaking any of the glasses. Ooh. Okay, I have some ornaments. This one is interesting because it still has its original box, So this is a Baldwin Mrs. Snowman. And parts of her are the really thin metal. And then she's got this round ball. And she was originally a $5 startup on everything. She was originally sold at Dillard's for $30. And this is another one of those things that my grandmother was probably gifted, and just because the tag was never even taken off and it was still in the box. It's a $5 start. Kraken, I love that you do that too. So Mrs. Snowman, if you are watching on the replay, and it is not August 1st yet, Mrs. Snowman. I do not have any ornaments that are shiny brights, but I do have vintage ornaments. So I don't know if anyone is interested. I have, and these are that plastic. I have bells. I have some of these. I have other bells. And I have some of these plastic. I think a couple of these, maybe a couple years ago I went through and threw out all of the ones that had melted, but like my grandpa loved lights. He loved colors, and so there were definitely melted plastic. I don't know how we never had a house fire, honestly. What does this one say? It doesn't say. It's some of these plain ones, but multiple colors. If anybody is interested, let me see. Just let me know. Yeah, these are unmarked. All of them are unmarked, so nothing fancy in here, but we've got red, gold, blue, green, silver. And I meant to look these up before the sale. Ooh, am I still here? I meant to look these up before the sale and I forgot. So first up, I have 4 of these. And these are those silk balls. And they still have their Japan sticker on the bottom. And I don't know if they were originally this color or if they were originally red and have faded over the years. But I have 4 of those with a start of 5. With their original Japan stickers on the bottom. All 4 of them still have their Japan sticker on the bottom. Thank you, Roxanne. And then I have something really, really cool. So I don't even know how many years ago, Starbucks was selling an advent calendar that was ornaments. Each one came with, oh, I see Kathy in at 5 for the ornaments. And I'm going to go ahead and do a countdown after I write down 4 Japan ornaments. So I know which ornaments. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. Wait for Roxanne's stop. There's the stop. So those are going to Kathy. Thank you, Kathy. My phone's on low battery. My fan's on low battery, so we're just about done with the sale. Okay, so Starbucks had an advent calendar, and they had 25 of these metal ornaments, and they were different sizes and different colors. All 25 are here. They do still open up, so you can put little treats in them and use them as an advent calendar again, or you can just hang them. But they are these fun little balls, and these were sold by Starbucks. And there are 25 of them in this bag. And here are the colors. So pink, red, blue, and green. But the green is this color, and the blue is this blue, and the pink and red. So there's 25 altogether. And I have put candy in them and used them as another countdown calendar. But some years I've just stuck them on the tree because I like the colors. So Starbucks Advent Calendar, $5 start. And I am going to move on. Want to see what I had left in this box. Okay. I have a keepsake ornament from Hallmark. It is a 1957 Chevrolet Bel Air. And does this one have a year on it? 1994. And this one it has been opened because I did hang it on the tree every year. So this is what it looks like. It's this size. So $5 start on the Hallmark Christmas ornament. And you guys, you know what? We're just going to do quick claim. So if you want the Hallmark ornament, just type in Hallmark ornament for $5. These were also Target, but they had them back in last year. I've had them for a while, but 4 little pink and blue deer. If you want those for $5, type in deer. I love Target. Well, I used to love Target ornaments. The last couple of years I've been in there, and they were the same ornaments from the years before. And I did not love that. That's weird. I thought I had... Oh, I just have 3. Okay, so... Whoop! Now I'm dropping things. Let's see. Got Bridget for deer. Is that right? Yeah, they do match the bigger ones from earlier. Because they were both produced by Target. Okay, here's another Target. These are 3 sweet little angels. They reminded me of vintage Little People, which is why I liked them. And they are small. Okay, Bridget down for the deer. So $5 And actually, I'm going to put this set with, so those are the 3 angels, the 3 wise men. And if you would like all 6 of them, the 3 wise men and the 3 angels, you can type in wise men for $5. You will get all 6. And they're little. Then I have this set of vintage, which are also unmarked. Does that say Japan? It's such tiny writing. No? Roland? I have no idea. I have several of these, and then I have just a few of these other ones. So vintage for these if you would like those. Now here's a different color on that one. That one definitely says Japan. So, but there are 1, 2, 5, oh, I put the broken one in here. I meant to throw that one away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, we've got one of these too. Okay. Roxanne is going to take the vintage ornaments for $5. They're a little fragile, so hopefully I can wrap them up and they make it to you safely. All right, here's another Target one. I love this one. So $5 TV. And it's got that same deer. Can you see it? Because it's this size is a, vintage TV. And then it's got that same stinking deer right there. Love it. So TV, $5, vintage TV ornament that matches the deer. I have this set that are handmade. Has a piece of old tree in it. So handmade, $5. Making sure I'm not missing anything. All right. And I think we're going to stop there, even though I had a few more because my phone is about to die. So if you're watching on the replay and there is something you are interested in, by all means, send me an email and let me know. Here is my email right here. Thank you guys for hanging out with me, and I will see you guys later. Bye.